And every time a new format came, people said cinema is going to die. But in no time, actually, cinema became stronger. With OTT coming in, the same thing happened. Initially, few years, COVID, lots of factors, people lost the habit of going to cinema. But it's recovered, and people are coming back to cinema in bigger numbers now.
Welcome to the Know Your Promoter series, and this is our 48th episode. And today we have Sunshine Pictures, whose main board IPO is opening the next week. And we have Mr. Vipul Shah today, the chairman and managing director of the company. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. Thank you so much.
So first of all, a big fan of your movies. I've seen Holiday, Commando, and a very one more of your recent films, and pretty a big fan of your work.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So like before going into the business model, I would like to ask, what is your background and what motivated you to start the business, and what was the thesis behind starting the film production business?
So I am basically born and brought up in Bombay. I am a commerce graduate. I went into Nasi Monji College of Commerce and Economics in Juhu only because it was the best college at that point of time for drama activity. Should I continue in English or Hindi? Which language?
So whatever you are comfortable with.
Okay. So I went there because it was the best college for drama. From there, I went into Prithvi Theatres, started working in Prithvi Theatres, then came on commercial stage. From stage, I went into television. I did India's first daily soap on prime time called Ek Mahalo Sapno Ka. And it was done in two languages, Gujarati and Hindi. Gujarati, it was called Sapnana Vavetar, and in Hindi it was called Ek Mahalo Sapno Ka. It was also the first show in Indian television to do 1000 episodes, and very, very successful. From there, I went into Gujarati films. I made a film called Darya Choru, which means son of the sea, and which won 9 state awards of the year. 9 or 7, I'm not sure about it today. And then I did my first film in Hindi called Aankhein, with Mr. Bachchan, Akshay Kumar, Paresh Rawal, Arjun Rampal, Sushmita Sen. It was a film about three blind guys robbing a bank. Then my second film, with which I started my production house, which was called Waqt, The Race Against Time. Again, Amit ji and Akshay, Baman Irani, Rajpal Yadav, Shefali, my wife, Priyanka Chopra was starring in that film. Then I did Namaste London with Akshay and Katrina. Then I did Sing is King with Akshay, Katrina, and so many other actors. Then I did London Dreams with Salman Khan and Ajay Devgan and Asin, a very big South star. I launched Aditya Roy Kapoor in that film. After that, I did Action Replay with Akshay Kumar, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. Uh, After that, I did Force, John Abraham, and Janelia were the part of the, and we introduced Vidyut Jamwal in that film. And then with Vidyut, we started Commando franchise. Then I made Holiday again with Akshay and Sonakshi. We introduced Freddy Daruwala in that film. And after that, we continued with Force 2, Commando. Then I made a film called Sanak. Then I made a film called Kerala Story 1, Kerala Story 2, a film called Bastar. And recently we made a film called Governor, which is now on Amazon Prime, receiving some amazing response. Apart from that, we done two web shows. One is called Human, which is on Hotstar, and the other one was a Commandos web version with a new commando in the action space. Uh, we have also done television shows. We did a show called Bhai Bhaiya and Brother for Sub TV. Then we did a very big budget show called Pukar for Life OK channel. So we've been working in all the three verticals of films, web show, and television for a very long time now. And now we have started our music label. We want to build it into a very, very strong music label. And we have started a unit for digital content, which we will be hosting on our YouTube channel. These are micro series, the dramas, high concept, low budget, web shows, all of that. And we'll be owning the IP of all of this. We have very aggressive plans to make music a very strong platform vertical in our company, and also the digital content. These two verticals are headed by two very, very senior professionals from their respective field. Music is headed by a guy who's had a 40-year experience in music industry, and digital content is headed by a guy who was earlier Sony TV's head of programming. So very experienced people handling that. So this is an overview of my career and company.
Got it. And you have touched upon some of my upcoming questions as well, So before going into the business model, the name Sunshine is interesting. So what is your, thesis behind the name?
I when my first son was born, I used to call him Sunshine,
Okay,
uh, because he had the most amazing smile. Uh, and then my second son was born, and he had a very similar. They almost look like twins. So I said our house is filled with sunshine. So that's how the name of the company became Sunshine Pictures.
got it. So my now question would be, what is your exact business model and what are our revenue streams?
So business model wise, we are a debt-free company. We have very zero debt. Some overdraft facility we use for, some cash flow situation. But apart from that, there is no debt on the company. We are very well, uh, you know, uh, our business model is very well devised. We have devised a model where we actually divide our films into three categories. One is a film which is below 30 crore. These
Hmm,
films, we kind of invest end to end, control all distribution rights, all OTT satellite, all rights we control, because we know that these films are, at today's market, they are risk free. We will be able to recover the money. But
hmm,
if there is a big upside, then that upside is for the company. Typical example in this space would be Kerala Story, Commando, all
hmm,
these films. The other model is that when we have 30 to 75 crore film,
hmm,
there we first pre-sell our rights either to a studio. We bring a studio on board partnership model, or we sell the OTT satellite music rights and recover 85 to 90% of our cost and take 10% risk.
hmm.
Uh, this typically Force 2 would fit into that. My other film, Namaste England, was part of this same model. And then the third model is 75 crore and up.
Hmm.
In this, we don't start the film till we have a studio partner on board, whereby the risk is entirely studio's risk. We have zero risk on the film. And we also get our fees for creative services for whatever work we put in. And the other very important thing that we have done over a period of
Hmm.
last 16 years, that we invite all actors to come on the back end. We
Hmm.
don't pay we don't pay the upfront fees, which are very, very heavy, and thus we make our film risk free. So the key word in our business is risk free. And the theory is that uh, films don't fail, the budgets fail.
Hmm.
It's at a cost that you make. Every film will do some business,
Hmm.
and no film will, will arrive at a zero business. But whatever is the business, what is it that you are going to make the film in? So if you have made the film in less than the business that the film will do, you are always going to be profitable.
Hmm.
So that is our motto. So it's a pretty risk-free business. It is time tested for 16 years. And in 16 years, we've lost money only on one film, which was Bastar, which was a very minor loss. Apart from that, we have never made losses in any of our film. So that is the model of business. The second part of your question was about where is this growth going to come from.
Hmm.
So we are now working on five verticals. One is films, one is web series, the third model is television, fourth vertical is music, and fifth is our digital content, which we want to put out on our own YouTube channel.
Hmm.
We are going to scale up in all five We are also going to do some regional films in Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, South languages. So there is a lot of potential for the company to grow from where we are today. And the reason for this growth and for us to really feel very, very bullish about this industry today, I call this industry the next sunrise sector of the Indian economy. And the reason for that is, I'll give you a little longer explanation, but that will actually explain you why I feel so. In 2022, up to that time, Dangal was the highest grossing film in Indian cinema with 375 crore net box office collection approximately in India. And at that time, we had somewhere around 4,300 multiplexes. Then the next year, four films crossed 500 crore mark. Animal, Gadar 2, Jawan, Pathan. This was also the year of Kerala Story 1, where we did extraordinary numbers. The year after that came Stree 2, which did 600 crore plus business, and Pushpa 2 on the Hindi side did 800 crore, and they did 500 crore in South, but I'm not counting that part of this calculation. 800 crore plus business they did in Hindi. And the year after that came Dhurandhar with 900 part 1, 1200 approximately 1200 crore on part 2. So from 22 to 26, the numbers have gone three times more. And the number of multiplexes that have gotten added to this kitty is 4,000 to approximately 7,000. So with just the 3,000 multiplex getting added to the kitty, we have tripled our business. Today, the multiplex sector is going to pick up the pace. It's already picking up the pace. PVR has just made an announcement that they are adding 1,000 screens to the existing kitty of their multiplexes in small towns. They want to cater to the B towns, C towns of this country. And there are many more groups which are increasing the size of multiplexes. So the day we reach 10, 12,000 multiplexes, 15,000 multiplexes, the numbers are going to go even bigger. And when your theatrical business numbers go up, automatically the OTT, satellite music, all revenue stream numbers go up. And this is a very close, I mean, very near future reality that we are looking at. So I feel that we are sitting on a tremendous potential to unlock great value for the company and for investors. And that is where how I see this. The other comparison for your knowledge, just to give you a reference, that India has 7,000 multiplexes, China has 80,000 multiplexes. So that is the gap. And we both as countries are almost similar in our patterns. So you can imagine the growth potential that the industry is sitting on. Uh, if you were to look at density of people per cinema hall, USA has one multiplex per 8,000 people. China has one multiplexes per 24,000 people. And India has one multiplex per 125,000 people. So we have a huge potential to cover the gap and grow. And that growth is going to be tremendous for overall industry growth. And it's not far. It's going to happen in a very near future. So this is the right time for people to understand that and move. And that's why we wanted to come with the public offering at this point of time.
So got it. My next question would be, post-COVID, the whole content, as a segment has seen a different sort of a change, like web series coming in, the all short video sort of a format coming up, the labels going up. So how do you see content as a whole, changing from here and how it should shape up from here? And any sort of a new verticals you are looking which should do tremendously well in the coming days?
So there are two parts to your question. Let me answer them one by one. First is that OTT emerged, and so the theatrical business kind of took a backseat, is what everybody says. But you look at the number, the numbers are showing a very different result. 2025 was the highest grossing box office year in the history of Indian cinema. And 2026 is going to be even bigger, is what everybody is estimating today. So the theatrical audience and theatrical business is back. And how? Whenever there is a new format that emerges, the first initial reaction is when the numbers go down. People prefer the new format for a particular period of time, and then they come back to theatrical experience. So there is no option to a theatrical business. The theatrical experience is the ultimate cinematic experience that you will have. And so every time, if you remember when VHS tapes came in, people said now cinema will die because I can see in my house on VHS tape. But it didn't happen. In fact, cinema became stronger. Then came VCDs, DVDs, LDs. All these formats kept coming, and every time a new format came, people said cinema is going to die. But in no time, actually, cinema became stronger. With OTT coming in, the same thing happened. Initially, few years, COVID, lots of factor, people lost the habit of going to cinema, but it's recovered, and people are coming back to cinema in bigger numbers now. And that is why the numbers are evident, that the business is robust, business is growing, and it's growing pretty well. And with every year, with more multiplexes coming in, these numbers are going to keep on going up. So theatrical business and OTT business is going to be a great partner for each other. OTT has become a very, very significant revenue stream for Indian cinema, all the films. So there are many advantages of OTT, and I think they both have learned how to coexist today. And they are going to become very strong partners as time goes by.
Got it. And also, we are seeing a lot of, change in the content consumption as well. The times are gone when the, same sort of a storyline with a new cast, is not disliked by the cinema, and where films like Sayara with sort of a new cast comes in and does well, and some, innovative stories or some South-based stories are actually picking up in the box office. So, how do you see content consumption as a whole shaping up from here?
See, what has OTT contributed the best to cinema? OTT taught them to see content without stars.
Hmm,
Earlier, our Hindi cinema was very star driven. Today, it is content driven as well. And there is a lot of evidence available for that. Even if you look at a film like Kerala Story, it has no stars, but look at the numbers that it has done. You look at 12th Fail, you look at Sayara. There are multiple examples of films with no star cast doing great business. And that's great because now you have the option of making a film with stars or without stars. With stars, always you get more attraction. People come in big numbers on initial days. And so all that happens. But as content takes over, a non-star cast film can also do a great number. So I think today the opportunity for a good producer has opened up. Uh, and we have to work very hard on our scripts. If the script and the content is great, today, people don't care so much about it being a star cast film only. And that I think is a great sign for the growth of cinema in a very big way because you can create some great IPs uh, and do great business at a very low cost.
got it. So, we are having, three revenue streams. One is your production and distribution of films and the associated rights. The second is distribution of web series, TV serials, and associated rights. And there is a other segment in which we have a lot of sub-segments. So, how is the revenue breakup between these, and how this should shape up in the future?
The revenue breakup is very difficult to put in a film industry business
Mhm.
because suppose I divide my revenue streams into 4 or 5 verticals, which is films, web series, TV, music, and digital content. And one particular vertical performs really well because you really don't know which film is going to become a blockbuster,
Correct.
right? So suddenly a Kerala story happens, and that year it will dominate the entire revenue percentage, revenue stream, even your PAT. All your numbers will be dictated by that kind of a success. So it's very difficult to put a percentage on everything.
Hmm.
But typically, we would expect films to contribute at least 40-45% of the revenue, and remaining 60 should come from the other four vertical, which is web series, television, music, and digital content. After 5 years, probably music and films together will contribute 55 to 60%. As music revenues are very, very high, they are very, very strong, and there is a recurring income, royalty income. So whatever work we are doing today, we'll start getting the reward of all those songs in the future and for a very, very long time. So a point will come where music will actually become as big as films, and that's how we see this growing.
Got it. So we are raising around 173 crores as a fresh capital. And what are the objectives of this, issue?
So, objective of the issue is to increase the scale in terms of films, web series, and Doordarshan and television productions, which we are already doing, but we need to scale them up. We probably need to have more films, maybe a couple of more web shows and TV shows, and create a great environment for the music label and digital content to become very strong and very powerful. So we want to put some money for into those developments, and overall, it's a development for all five verticals. That's the big plan.
Got it. So talking on your financials, our revenues have continuously went into a downward trajectory, whereas our margins have expanded pretty decently. So please explain the viewpoint to look at these financials and how they should shape up in the coming future.
See, again, what happened is in 2000, I think 24, my PAT was 52 or 53. That was because of Kerala Story. So Kerala Story comes, it becomes a blockbuster hit, then you will have a little, extraordinary profits in a particular year. The following year, we did what we do on a general scale. So we had a PAT of 35 and now we have a PAT of 40. So if there is a film in any year where we will have a blockbuster hit, that year can go up um, little extraordinarily.
Hmm.
But generally, we would see a trend where we would ideally like to build a slate where we are growing at a good pace of 20 to 30% year on year. But you can't control this, right? Because which film will become a blockbuster? What we can control, though, is our risk free model. And because of the risk free model, we bring a certain predictability into our profit cycle, and we know how to grow year on year 20, 25, 30%. That is something we can manage. But suddenly a film becomes a blockbuster is beyond your control. So there might be a year like that every now and then. And we want more years like that for sure.
Got it. We have already touched upon some new verticals you are entering because I saw two entities getting created called as Sunshine Music and Sunshine Digital Original. So, what are the plans going forward on
So,
those ends?
so they are not new entities. They are just
New
one
verticals.
vertical within. So there is only one company. So it's not like we are creating subsidiaries or any such thing.
Mm-hmm.
We are all part of the same company because we want to build this one company. And we believe that music, if you look at today, Tips or Saregama, people in music business, wherever they've done well and delivered successful music, the revenues, the business, the profit is huge. And the IP values are tremendous. So we are very, very focused on building both these vertical digital content and music. So if you look at even digital content, Panchayat, Kota Factory, Aspirants, all these were first on YouTube. And then the respective platforms picked them up and went into further seasons of all these shows. So the IP was retained by the original producer in many cases. And that is how your digital content can bring tremendous value if one of your concept gets picked up by a very big platform. So the idea is to build these two verticals very strongly because they have a great IP value as well as tremendous revenue potential.
Got it. Any exciting projects you would like to disclose with us?
Right now, we have already announced a film which we are doing with Mr. Akshay Kumar. This is going to be my seventh film with
Hmm.
Mr. Akshay Kumar. We
Hmm.
are starting it on 24th of August in UK. This is a film called Samuk. This is India's first alien thriller. This genre has never been made in India. And to
Hmm.
make it at an international level, we have got a gentleman by the name of Alec Gillis, who's been working on creating all the Predator
Hmm.
creatures in Hollywood for last 30, 40 years. We've got Luke Tumber, who is the action director of Venom and Mission Impossible. So we've got a terrific team building this alien for us. It's not going to be a VFX creature, it's going to be all real. So we are very excited with this project. It's a very big action film. It's a Akshay Kumar's comeback in an action space. His comeback with me. We've had a tremendous success rate ratio between us. Whatever we've done so far has been very very successful. So yeah, very excited and looking forward to it. We are also right now shooting for a web series, but because of my contractual commitments with the platform, I'm not able to reveal the name or the platform's name. But we have today is the 20th day of shoot of that particular web series. So hoping that by March it would be ready for platform to then take a date and release the date. So these are the two projects. This web series is also a very big star cast film. We have got lots of big actors acting in it. So it's
Hmm.
going to be one of the biggest show of the next year on any platform across the platforms. So very excited with both the projects, and there is a very robust pipeline ahead of what we are planning to do in the coming times. So, yeah, looking forward to these times.
Got it. So before letting you go, what would be your final message for your upcoming shareholders?
Final message is only one thing that generally people don't understand the film business. And so they feel that it's very uncertain and very risky, but that's not
Hmm.
the case. As we have demonstrated in our track record and through whatever I have explained,
Hmm.
uh, we have made a very risk free model. And because of that, we are very predictable, and we have a very strong model where we don't take any undue risk, which is going to create a risk for the investor. And there is a great growth potential of this industry, which is going to get unlocked very, very soon. This is a sunrise sector of the future for sure. Few years back, people were very, very, scared of investing in construction or, real estate business, then jewelry business. And now they are, you know, one of many companies in these sectors are doing extraordinary business. We are going to be no different. This industry is already people have started now understanding little better. So my only message to them is that we believe that we can create great value for you, uh, and there is no need for anybody to feel that it's a very high risk business. It's the way we conduct our business. We made a very risk free or very minimum risk business, and there is a tremendous growth we are looking forward to. So you can invest in this company without having those fears.
So thank you for your time and wishing you all the best for your IPO as well as delivering some awesome content in the coming future as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.